Ready? We live? Is it ready? Live? Yes, I think so.
Dante, what up, homie?
What up, Dante? Yeah, we just get on the joint. He say what up, I say what up. I say what up, he say what up. That's how we do around here, around Normandy and Western. We call this here little 20 twin.
Hey, tell Dante to look at the bottom. There's a ticker that's scrolling.
D.A. Reed, what up? Diego Dollars, what up?
What up, y'all?
Y'all niggas need to pull up. Look, the damn dog.
Tell everybody to read the scroll.
Yo, y'all should probably go to
read the scroll at the bottom. We can see your comments.
To, YouTube for the live stream and shit.
Yeah, that probably better.
Yeah, probably be better off because IG be tripping. Yes, IG. And
if you're on
Facebook,
you gotta look at the screen at the bottom and where the scroll is so we can see your names.
Yeah, look at the screen in the bottom. Register and we can see the comments and your name. What up, Reed? We just getting started. We normally get started like 7:30, so we figured we go early and try to catch some stragglers with their fingers in their nose.
I'm trying to sit here trying to share this link. I'm so fucking non-technical.
How was everybody's weekend and shit? Oh, I said weekend. It's actually fucking Thursday.
Yeah, what y'all got planned this weekend? It's Father's Day weekend.
Okay, for my father, yo, happy Father's Day to my fellas out there, yo. For real.
Definitely.
Salute to fathers. We doing something tomorrow for Father's Day. We actually going to a little escape room joint. My first time going.
Never been myself.
Yeah, so that's something we doing. We need to appreciate ourselves, fellas. The ladies gonna do what they do if you have a lady. If you don't, spoil yourself. Do something nice for yourself. Like I went and got my cut early. Look fresh on that day. Look good, feel good. Because you a father and you holding shit down like you're supposed to be. Then go ahead and, spoil yourself. Do something nice for yourself.
Hurry up. Go get you a fresh fit. Whatever you need to do.
Yeah, I just want peace for Father's Day. I want peace too. But I want like I'm starting to want equality. Like it's always been this women want equality shit. They want to be like I want equality too. Like Mother's Day is a fucking holiday. Father's Day is like you don't even get a day off of school for. Like Mother's Day, everything shut down. The bank ain't even open on Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Father's Day, business as usual.
Well, they both on Sunday.
I just say it's observed on Monday. Like on Monday, the goddamn bank is closed. You can't even get shit. That I'm just trying to paint a picture on how Mother's Day is compared to Father's Day.
I mean, like you said, it's always been like that. You get to a point like we were saying last week, we don't even give a shit.
What's funny is what's crazy is like things like that when y'all talk about stuff like that and things like that. It's like it's put into the conversation of like we becoming soft and we don't want to.
Really?
Yes, bro.
Yeah,
like shit like this is stuff like niggas can't bring up anything about anything now.
So
like we no, and that's the thing. Like we gotta still be the like because they say that we shouldn't be complaining about shit. We shouldn't say anything about nothing.
How we gonna get changed, bro?
We shouldn't say anything about nothing. Don't be asking them what you bring to anything. At least don't say what you bring to the table. You can rearrange it in a different manner, but you can't say to the table. Don't ask about any tables. But like things like that like have been
considered soft.
Yes, it's been added on to the soft character of men because we are now like asking for things.
Yeah, I was gonna say
and wanting
like compared to women like whiny, like
right,
you nagging and you whiny,
right,
like wait a minute, just as I said,
right.
You ain't fucking acknowledge Father's Day until Father's Day. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't see one commercial, not a hey, nothing.
So what y'all saying is that it's designed for us to be shit, to be nothing.
That's basically
For real.
I think the men are the battery of the planet. We're the batteries of the planet.
What do you,
They just drain us for our energy. We make not to say women don't make this motherfucker spin, but they drain our energy and throw us away and replace us with another one. You know what I'm saying?
I like that, but if we were a group of men raised by a woman, of course we're gonna now start to evolve into hey.
I see,
How come?
But see, that's the thing. Like,
See, niggas
we've been programmed to like be a certain particular way based on gender, etc. But the irony is now they like, oh well, you got all types of different things, you know, that you can call people, and they're not, you know what I'm saying? It's like there's all these other things, and then but we still gotta classify what a man and define what a man is and what a woman is. Like a human can't have those things. It's got to be defined as a man, generalized as what men do and what women do. Which there's some shit that I agree with. Like I'm not painting my nails. I'm not wearing purses and satchels and shit. I'm not doing those things. Now, am I judging the niggas to do it? No. Hey, nah, do whatever you want to do, but
I'm not.
But I'm not. But I feel like
see, but you feeling so that's
you can't feel. I gotta stop feeling.
See what I'm saying?
Then now you drawing a fine line to not you, but all right, because for a straight man that's painting his nails, for what reason are you doing that?
They said it's straight.
I don't know.
Like clear coat.
I don't do it either. I'm talking about the colorful shit. Like
he probably got daughter in his teeth.
Niggas, Drake did it the other day. So if we consider him a straight man, what would be the reasoning for men to now
to get other men to do it?
Well, I mean, they used to do it back in the day.
Who?
Straight men. Where? I mean, there's depictions of like rock days and 70s and shit where they, you know,
now them dudes see, and that's where maybe
like Prince, like
right, and that's
you know
where maybe my bias comes in. A certain group can get away with that shit. I feel like them dudes like the androgynous. Remember back in the 80s,
because you know they get it, but they don't.
So I guess okay. So if they bringing that back, I guess it's kind of wild, but I guess.
Because I mean, wouldn't you probably put him in that category anyway? Kind of like the androgynous type niggas, like like you know what I'm saying. He goes from pop to singing to all this, all this different shit.
Because them niggas, like you said, we still look at niggas as men.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Cameo was still a man,
right?
Even though he wore that wild shit,
right?
He was still a man.
Fucking what's his name? Rick James, like right, like.
They definitely sleep over and
them niggas was Rick James and them was balling niggas up, and you know what I'm saying? Like you feel me? Like blouses, nigga, like right.
That nigga Hubbard, he's like he saw his aura. Right. Yeah, but I mean, but that whole situation.
Prince and the Revolution.
that whole situation though about men.
Wise guy, what up, brother?
What up, wise guy? How you say like men aren't supposed to do that, but they say all these things that men are not supposed to do. But on the other side, there's a bunch of things that women were also not supposed to do.
And then they want us to take care of our mental health. So we can't feel unless we in front of a doctor or something. You know what I'm saying? That's the only time you need to feel, nigga. Like when you paying somebody, that's when you feel. So you gotta categorize right. Right.
Because if you vent to your significant other or your loved one, if it becomes too much, they looking like you said as a weak. Even if it's certain position, if you went to your lady and was like, "Yo, this shit happened in my childhood. I just want to talk about it." How would you think she would look at you? Like, and it really affected me, and you started crying.
I see it all the time, bro.
Real talk. It just depends on your relationship. On that.
Yeah, you're right.
That is true.
That might have been a bad.
It just depends.
That probably was a bad.
No, but the average probably was like that. But I'm saying most
right.
Most people ain't.
Yeah, you could. I mean, like I said, Z, like depending on your partner because
that was bad.
because you get the right partner, yo.
You say something about your childhood, she gonna automatically
She gonna be on your side.
That was a terrible example.
Man, the fuck up, nigga.
I guess some shit about your job or something like for the niggas that get bullied at their job by their supervisor. If they was to come home and talk to their wife about it, and he was like, "Ooh, he just makes me so mad," and he like, she probably looks at this nigga like, "You bitch ass nigga," like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Instead of like,
ain't no man better come home ever.
But your lady can do it. Your lady can come home.
Not come home like lady. Just keep trying. I don't know what I'm gonna do. You better not come home like that. Like
if you come home as a man like that,
crying, she gonna be like, "What? Your boss? Take your ass back to work and you tell him that I said." You gonna say, this is not for me. This is
Charlie,
for my
what
wife.
up? Yeah, he definitely gonna say this is coming from my wife.
No, my wife doesn't like the way you're talking to me.
She's tired of me coming home stressed. Yeah, you got it, man. See, even as men, and it's fucked up, but you just can't do that as a man. Like
bro, we gotta adapt to the double standard, and we gotta do it. But hey, you cross that line with the double standard on the other side, boy, it's a wrap. Like
y'all gotta respect the double standard. Y'all want us to respect yours, you gotta respect ours.
And now that's because it's not in a woman's ability to humble themselves.
It ain't.
You know what
accountability.
I mean, accountability, right? Humbling, like even when they're wrong, they're not gonna be like it's not just gonna be like, okay, yeah, I was wrong. It's gonna be I was wrong, but you know how you always get me. You know what I'm saying? It's always gonna be like, you know how y'all always. It's never. See, we are the humble type. We are the take the blame type. You know, just to dead the situation. We'll eat shit,
bro.
Like they're not gonna eat too much shit. Like they'll eat us cheating on them.
Hey, what's crazy? I saw a post today that said that men, like she was saying that men have power over women. Like if a men treat a woman right, women pretty much do whatever the man said.
True story.
I can't argue. True story.
So, okay. So saying that, right? If women are being treated right by a certain caliber of men, but they might not be,
it's right by them, though.
It's fine.
What's right to them.
It's fine. That's what I'm saying. Whatever is right to them, if they feel it. But he might not be all the way there where they feel like need to be financially, or he ain't the best looking. But he allows, regardless of the case, he might not be rich, but he allows them to be in their whatever soft era or whatever. But he's not up to par to what society standards are, right?
What is that?
What is that though?
What is society?
That's what I'm saying. But I think that's why a lot of people have not been able to get into relationships because they're looking at what society is deemed to be a standard, whatever hierarchy that is. I don't know what that standard is. I don't really follow them, but I can see it in what we observe every day.
Yeah, like you said, I just like going back to originally what you said earlier about the asking for money thing. Like, let me be the one to say I'll do this for you. I think most women, if I'm trying to answer your question, that's their standard, to have a man. Unfortunately, I think financial comfort might be a woman's number one. Not what they value, but what they look at first in a man. Like, okay, I think that might be the number one thing out of all the categories, however many there is, but it looks, all it is. I think that
I'm gonna do to add to that. But what if it's a woman already financially? We're not looking for that.
Yeah, well, as long as you can take care of yourself. She doesn't. Yeah, she doesn't want you to be a liability.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, she wants you to be an asset. So yeah, if you just holding it down yourself, and you just happen to make no money,
right?
But you still would.
Yeah, because they don't want to be like, hold your own, I can hold mine.
Right.
Let's see what we can do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that's what it should be anyway. Moving forward, I think.
If you inviting a woman to be like, okay, here we got a consideration that, all right, you gonna live with me, we blah blah do. Y'all had these discussion, whatever, and you make sense to be like, hey, cool. That's 100. Like that's how it should be.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
Be.
That's how it should be. Like you're taking that burden away.
Right.
She no longer has to worry about that, right? But I think what's happening is no, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want, and you're going to do that automatically, regardless of what I've shown you who I am as a person.
Right. On the flip side of what you're saying, going back to what the men look for, is this the reason why women can get away with this? Is because we just broke down what probably the first thing women look for, men look for, probably most 99% of the time, a pretty face how good the pussy was. So,
vagina.
You know what I'm saying? So
what
if
the
she
vagina?
knows she had and it's much easier for her to get you to chase that almost, and then I think that's just why somebody
because they looking at that's what I'm saying. Has that changed? Because if men can go out there and get it and just pay for that shit, what the fuck does that mean to anybody now? Right? They literally can go to fucking whatever. These broads is letting you hit for cheap. So if they're really just looking for that, I think that's not what men nowadays are really just looking for, because these broads is just giving it up and doing whatever for nothing.
You know, like to go in on top of that shit been going on for forever. Like niggas have been paying for pussy before Backpage, before Instagram girls, before
the oldest profession. They were selling pussy in the
and it's always been. So it ain't like it's nothing new. Like
it's not nothing new, but I think it's more easy, accessible now because it's the internet and right. Nobody cares about that shit no more.
Niggas is openly joking about shit. I bought some bitch off of Backpage.
Probably 30% of them niggas were scared to do that. Yeah, they even go over there, maybe even asked. You know what I'm saying? Right.
Like, yo, I just bought a prostitute. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas wasn't admitted to that.
That was my point. So pretty much, if now they gonna make a career, like they're able to broadcast their career. Like shit, bitches is saying how much they make off the shit.
OnlyFans.
Yeah, OnlyFans. Like bitches is clearing like hundreds of $1,000s a month off this shit, and they're broadcasting it. Like I want to do it. If I was a broad, married or not, I'd be want to do OnlyFans. I wouldn't want to get a regular job. I mean, just being honest, that's easy money.
Yeah, I mean, if I was, I wouldn't have to be abroad. If I was a dude, I'd just make an OnlyFans.
Yeah.
If I was in my young 20s, I mean, I am a dude.
Yeah, I mean, my wife wouldn't let.
I was in my young 20s.
I'd do it now if my wife let me. That's real because it's easy money.
Definitely easy money.
It's like, what do you do for a living? Fuck. Well, shit, you got 7 kids. I mean, you got 6 kids, grandkids. Like, you love to fuck, obviously. So why not get an OnlyFans? But all jokes aside, yo, like.
But yeah, they made it, and this kind of.
But to me, I just don't even really care about none of that shit. Like that's whatever. If y'all want to do that, whatever. It's just like I just think that a lot of times, we get caught up in all this different stuff, and like what's there for you is right in front of you, and you're not satisfied because it's not up with the social status or the society standards or whatever you think is supposed to be. You know what I'm saying?
But think about the standards when we talk about, and then think about how they're living. Like they might be not looked upon as being this, that, and the third, but they live in a very nice home, live a very nice, illustrious life.
And it's not just the women too; it's dudes too.
Exactly.
That just like how we talked about last time, where dudes just like trying to leech off women. A lot of the times it's this shit that's happening is based off of men doing fuck shit and being stupid. You know what I'm saying? So I don't totally blame just women. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody does.
It should never be that. I'm saying we equally have, we equally have to, start changing our mindset and how we go and approach about this shit. Like the people who do what they do on OnlyFans and all that shit, they do that. The men who buy that, they do that. But if you trying to be in whatever, you can't be a city girl and I want to be a wife at the same time.
Unless you want to wife a city girl.
Like, I don't get that. I don't understand. Like, what do you do? Like, it doesn't make sense to me.
I think people change though, man.
I'm not saying people don't change.
Yeah.
I'm just saying like, you can't say like, I don't get you saying, well, I want this soft life and all this other stuff, but I also want to be like what did you say? What did you reference the old girl that said that she was
Young Miami? She said she's a whore, but she's not raising her daughter to be one. Her daughter can't be one. Like,
it's impossible.
It's impossible. Yeah, she has like an 87% chance of being a whore.
She watches you just so being with mom, look and trying to be like mom.
Or like that don't even make sense. Like, dude, how you moving out here and like these kids got the internet and all this shit to see you, so you can't hide none of this shit. You can't scrub none of this shit from.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
The
like,
history book.
She's literally going to see you say that I'm
a whore.
I'm a whore. Yeah, she's literally gonna see this one day. Like, come on, yo, like.
Probably gotta see it now, depending on how old she is. I'm sure she follows her mom's every step.
I'm not saying everybody is just like who had like some type of parent that did so is just like turns into that person or follows that person, but it's like you are influencing your child to do the exact same things if you're doing that. Like.
If Diddy would have checked her publicly because she said it publicly. If he would have checked her publicly,
I don't think Diddy cares.
Like, no. I'm about to make a point. If he would have checked her publicly and said some shit like, "Yo, don't say that shit about yourself." Da 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 da. You know how many females would attack Diddy? She can be who she wants to be. You know how many women? You know how many women would have went at this nigga? And this is supposed to be his girl. He's allowed to. You know how many women would have?
That's crazy if that happened.
Too, so it's like,
right.
Who do you think you are talking to her? Like,
yeah, especially if he'd have said it in the wild way she said it, like, you ain't no fucking whore. What are you talking about? Da 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 da. Like, and put her in a place in a public platform.
Yeah, but are they gonna argue him trying to dispute the fact that she's not a whore?
And I swear to God, I wish that would have happened because women's head would have blew up. Like 70% of women, that's when it just blew up.
You can't tell me because she want to be a whore. She can be a whore.
And then I'll be like, "Do you hear yourself?" like, please fucking repeat that shit. Please.
They don't.
She could be a what? She could be a what? Fucking.
Here's how I was gonna say. Yeah, she only said that because he was standing there trying to tell her what to do. Like he gonna get thrown into it.
Right.
Yo,
like y'all got ladies. Stop. And the way we out here being unks and shit, like, I heard some real shit and I can't even fucking remember what it was.
I heard some real shit too because I posted it.
Yeah, that might. It was
about guys.
That's where I heard
see the future.
That's why I heard it. It was on the page,
and young niggas.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And other young niggas. They see themselves. Yep. And little niggas like yo, hey, you remind me of me.
Right.
Yo, you blah blah blah. They see people. Women see themselves as being young, so they can't see themselves in another lady,
right,
in another girl.
So you saying that they don't want to embrace their
exactly? They still see themselves as being young,
right?
Instead, they still see themselves as being young, so they don't have time to
maybe that's like,
So there's
I don't know. I see women like, but I don't know. I guess it's all about maturity. Maybe I don't know.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
I just
I don't really even look at them.
I mean,
no, but even the cool ones, like even what I'm saying, even the cool ones, you know, whether it's your girl, your family member, how many little homies they got that call them auntie, as opposed to your dudes that you close with that got little homeboys they might have took up, but that's their big homie.
Like
you
just embrace the younger home,
right.
dude that you was dealing with.
But how many women do that? They don't do that.
Right.
They don't take them under the wing and kind of somebody they got cool with at work. Somebody just they don't really do that, yo. It's all they gonna stick with their tribe. They pack a woman that's their age.
I would say this though. What I've observed, like I would say you guys are right, because there is a lot of like, back and forth with that. You know what I'm saying? Women tend to like hate each other a lot more than that. There will be some that try to come together on some type of shit, but even that, there's a separation. Like, if women agree with what men say, oh, that woman is a pick me. Yeah. She this or this, right. What blah blah blah. If you ain't whatever, then it's like, okay, I see the dynamic of, well, okay, men can't say nothing about how they want a woman to look, blah blah blah, or whatever. But then on the same flip side, I see women bashing other women about how they body and what they got done and the shapes and this and that. Why you got this on? Why are you posting all this different stuff? And I just be like,
it's gonna come across as hate. Like,
that's crazy.
If an older woman says to a younger woman, the younger woman may be a little bit better, more shape, right? Titties a little more popping, ass a little more popping. If the older woman says to the younger woman, young lady, you probably shouldn't wear that in this environment. The younger bitch, you hating, you mad because you don't look like me no more. 60% of the time, that might be the reaction. Not necessarily in those words, but that's probably going to be the vibe, the reaction, or vice versa. The older woman's going to come off as, that girl, no, she don't need to be wearing that shit, as opposed to having we'll pull a little nigga to the side. Oh, boy, pull your pants up, not here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is just a cool conversation, whether he do it or not. But he ain't going to be like, fuck you, that's just not going to happen 9 times out of 10. But for women, like you said, they look at it as competition. So the younger girl's going to take it as competition, and the older woman might, I don't know what lens they view it through, but I still feel like it's a competitive lens. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you might take my man, or I don't want you. No, it's just, I don't know. Ladies, I might sound crazy right now.
No, you don't.
I mean, it's something. No,
because you're right. Because
there,
I've seen a lot of like how like I be seeing videos of like a lot of like older women try to be around their daughters and look the same, be in the club together, stuff like that, right? Like, you're not gonna find me with my child in no club, no nothing like this. I'm just not doing nothing like that. But and again, like, I think this is like they're trying to group this into like women have not been doing things for so long and liberation and all this other stuff, which I'm all for. Whatever you want to be liberated, go ahead, do whatever. But my thing is I don't know, bro. But what I'm saying is that there's documented history of women doing things, like women doing.
But then, I don't understand.
I mean, but I'm just like, I don't.
Well, freedom to have the make the same decisions we make, but they just have to understand they can't. And there's certain decisions that we can't make that y'all can make. Like,
I don't want to get into this conversation.
Yeah, because it's a double.
It's like we're gonna get, because there's always gonna be somebody say, nah, because I did, I, and then somebody gonna say, well, I. Then it's like, never mind, because then it's gonna become a
right.
Because when those type of conversations, we know what it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like what you about to get into.
No, not even that. No, I'm just saying, like, what Info guy said. Man, I forgot what you said now, but you maybe I was just helping saying what he was saying. Like, women they have to understand,
right?
And that's just what it is. Like,
and you said because there's certain things that we and there's certain things, but then see, but that's gonna become a problem because these days,
you can't be a deadbeat father. Like this certain like you can't run, but a woman
nowadays she have a sex.
But watch this. But a woman
can
keep you. But a woman can keep your child from you. But you know what I'm saying, and she won't be considered a deadbeat mother. See, I'm talking about shit like that.
She can be considered a deadbeat mother.
I mean, in some eyes, yeah, but
because I would say, I mean, in certain situations, right? No.
Because they kept us with my pops. Right?
No. If our dad took custody, it kept us from the mom, then she could be deadbeat mom. So if there's a guy who got custody of his kids right now, and the mom ain't shit, she on drugs, she don't see the kids, she's a deadbeat mom. So like I'm saying, nowadays,
do they say that though? Oh, damn, you ever heard that?
See, but they won't say it.
Yeah, they don't press them like that. Yeah,
it's said about us that certain things that just naturally sound good on a man.
It's all a man's fault.
Exactly. But
and then I guess the system don't come out. I guess I'm adding that into the equation too, because I don't think the system comes.
But I'm a guy. I'm a real guy of if it don't apply, let it fly. Like, I don't really give a fuck. Like if you want to blame men for everything, cool. I don't care. Like it don't matter to me because I know what I'm doing. Like
I like this conversation because I've been going through a lot. Like it's hard as a bitch to be a man in a relationship where you're always supposed to be strong, maintain this, maintain this. So, like I said, but in a relationship for real, once you with somebody and then the thought of losing them, right, man or woman, that's an emotional thing. So during that time, of course, you're gonna during a relationship, you start to get emotions that you never even knew that you had, man and woman. You know what I'm saying? You start maybe fights, maybe this, that, and the third. So during that time, like during a relationship, I probably cried, and my wife seen me cry, more. But by going through that, like the understanding, you know what I'm saying, to where I've been at my weakest, like you see me at my weakest and in my strongest. So I think.
And that's the thing too.
Yeah.
That's another thing that I hate.
What?
Because you would start liking somebody and you would actually be comfortable up to open up and give them some tidbits of your life that you might be going through. Then they use that shit against you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's why this thing about men changing and being, all this other shit is like a thing, because now it's like, damn, like even men that are doing something, they're like, bro, like I'm not about to associate, like I'm not about to engage in this because it doesn't bring me any value. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna have standards. Like men have standards, and that's a crime. You feel what I'm saying? So it's not just about the pussy anymore, because men can get that at easy access now. Even the ones that don't get, they can go get it. You know what I'm saying? Right. So when that mindset changes, just like you said, like men involving. Now, is it because of what we eating? I don't know. I don't know what it is. Whatever they're saying it is, it's just like, I just think like at some point, like we are human beings at the end of the day, like man or woman. Like, come on, man. Like
we are human beings, man. I mean, but evolution, like we change, bro. I think shit. I'm ready to get off the topic, but
after you go, I got one more thing.
Okay. Go ahead and say it,
because it kind of made me think. You said something that made me just think of it when you said, man, oh, this guy.
No, you're good.
What are you doing?
It's cool.
Tripped over the cord and unplugged something. We're coming up in the time, right? That this conversation, if Info Guy hit something on their head, like no matter what they try to spin and slice, there's always going to be an alpha and a beta in a relationship. So even if we don't call it male, woman, we'll call that, it's going to be an alpha. And that's what we coming to because, and I just thought of it based on what you said. You said man, woman thing. And then it's just with all this shit happening now, you can be anything. You know what I'm saying? Like all this non-binary. I'm not.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying.
It's like we come from an era where it was MF when you looked at the gender thing. You know what I'm saying? And you checked with male, female. That was it. You know, I haven't put out shit in so long, but
no, I ain't talking about that. I'm just talking about in the.
Oh
how I live life.
Yeah.
How I
Right.
live
Yeah.
life.
Hey, listen,
That's a fact.
I'm not even trying to even.
So it's
like,
just like they coming up. We coming up in a time where it's.
But I'm not even trying to like even associate that with what we talking about. I'm just saying like the conversation is so like convoluted to the fact that there's all these different parts that's getting into it. And then people are fucking confused, I think. Like they so confused because they're worried about keeping up with all of these different things that is happening. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, bro, exactly, bro. Like I the changes in the tones and how people, you know what I'm saying, how people view things now is crazy. It just doesn't make sense to me. So I guess trying to segue to the what y'all wanted to talk about. What was one of the? Are we gonna say the Suki thing or the other thing?
Get into that Suki thing.
Okay.
But being that we was on the same thing about gender and all that shit, I just wanted to real quick talk about the football program shit I went to this weekend. And my son, it's an offensive and defensive line football camp. Not gonna name the school's name or anything. And all these big tough guys is out there hitting, running, and doing everything. And then, no offense given, but there was a girl out there. And helmets, you had to bring your helmets, had to bring your pads, had to bring everything.
It's a whole camp.
It's a whole camp now.
Right.
So they had to bring out there. Now, I didn't understand. I knew that it's how they working nowadays is it's okay for the girls to play football with the guys because we've had girls on teams, but they never got in the game. Right. Like they practiced with us, that's as far as we took it. But now when I saw the camp and the level of it was a situation where, the guy matched up with her, took it easy because he knew he didn't want to hurt her. So he took it easy. And it was her turn. She went hard, threw him off guard, and then the ridicule come from the coach, like, "Oh, you going? Oh man, look at you! You getting taken out." So from that right there,
I took it easy on her. I didn't know what to do. Honestly, I didn't know hit her and hurt her.
Listen to me. If I was out there, and somebody is out there playing with me, and they on the opposing team, I'm knocking them the fuck out, bro. You about to get rocked, nigga. Like, you on the field with me. You're like, bro, I'm not taking it easy.
That's how it's supposed to be.
But
there ain't no taking it easy.
After that, she was getting that. And I kind of just,
now you feel bad.
What's the end game? Because what we're saying is the point I'm trying to make is we're allowing kids to make choices on what they want to be. Like they want to play football with men. The end game is what? Because they can't play football with men once they get to these young boys are going to try to get to the NFL.
Right.
They're trying to make it to that level.
I need to be playing against.
I need to be playing
Russ, somebody got hit so hard last year that his heart stopped. And you
got your daughter out there with her boobs. Like, come on. Like, why? Just because you can. I'm not saying I'm against it. What I'm saying is why.
I just don't understand why they can't have women.
Because they have a whole women's league. You would think that they would have something like that. Like
just change it to like, and they, you know, I get it, like I get it, but let's try to create something for them if they want to play football.
But it's not enough. It's not enough. Like the WNBA, like nobody even watches that shit, bro.
Now it's actually picking up speed now. Like, but the thing is this, like, you're right. There's not enough money.
So what about these feminist groups? They should be selling. They should be buying tickets.
But
ain't
half of them didn't they make them niggas
Bro, you know what's crazy? The draft. Listen, you know what's crazy? They had a draft, and about almost 70% of them women that got drafted got cut.
Damn. 70%.
But see, that's not on us that the ratings are low. Like, if it's something that
hype it up enough.
There's not enough teams.
Not even that. If women really are supportive of their shit,
exactly,
it should be a stand full of women. Like,
should.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really not on us, ladies. Like, you know, if the WNBA ever fails, which I hope it doesn't, you know what I'm saying? But that's on y'all. I'm gonna just keep it a buck.
I'm gonna keep it a buck on y'all because women rather watch men play basketball.
Yeah,
women don't want to watch other women play basketball.
Exactly.
They can't see dick prints.
Yeah,
like they're not getting off to that shit. I'm just being honest.
There are women out there, and I can't wait to catch them out of bounds with this shit.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I like watching the girls. It's just like
women college basketball.
Right, college basketball.
I love.
That's how I'm saying it needs to get like that energy needs to transfer over, and I think it is because I think it's happening because you know the girls they're getting recognized. You know, you got the Reese's and whatever, but.
She's gonna get lost, bro.
I think, you know,
once they get the WNBA, you don't hear about them until they're on ESPN.
That's it.
It's like
because you're not watching it, dude.
You don't hear about it until she's on ESPN.
Not you personally. I'm just saying. Nobody
says she hosted. Like, bro, you're not sitting down all shit. Fucking
right.
Yo, Phoenix Mercury.
Like you said, what's the white girl, Caitlin Clark? That's her name.
Bro, she about to get lost too.
The lights out. Yeah,
we're not gonna.
Yeah, because that one girl that went to New York, that was going crazy last year, the couple years before in the tournament. That one white girl, she ain't really heard about now either. Like they ain't really hyping her up no more.
They also stay in college as long as possible.
And then again, like I forgot what it was, and y'all probably remember when I say it. Remember when the NBA affiliate, they made them niggas start paying for a lot of their shit. They was like, fuck it. So now the NBA team that's in the same city, they took on the bill. So they like, nigga, we only throwing so much money at this shit because we got to pay these niggas.
I got a solution. So, they need to run the WNBA the same time the NBA is running, and they be the opening games for their motherfucking basketball games because. That you know what I'm saying, but in the stadium, like the Hawks game, like the Hawks team gonna have to play if they open at 7:30, 5:30, the motherfucking girl team, the lady team is playing. And if you want to come early, you get that one for free because you're paying. We're gonna put it into the ticket automatically. Like you get the women and the men game.
So even if you coming late, you still pay for this
early shit.
So you might as well come enjoy.
That'll be the only way that they're gonna start being guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas and people ain't. Then like, shit, I'm gonna get there early. I get a good seat,
and I still blame women because if you can't, like you said, you made a good point. You can't, as a woman, say, "Oh, that's fucked up." Y'all men don't watch it, but you've been to more NBA games than WNBA games. You just can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, and them shit tickets is like $27.
How many Tarasis have you bought? Yeah, like you rocking Jordans and LeBrons and all this other men, but like. Nobody's supporting that shit, bro. Like,
I mean, I've been in a couple of
I'm not saying you.
Yeah.
No, I'm looking your direction, but I'm not saying
like the reason why the numbers are low and they don't get the same support. I said, and ladies, I'm being funny at the same time I'm saying this, but take a minute and think about it. If you really don't want that shit to fail, that's on you. Man, ain't gotta watch women's basketball.
I mean, but I feel like if we did start doing that, don't you think they would start doing it too? If we did start watching.
Yeah, because women aren't followers.
But we watch.
They wouldn't though. I'm gonna tell you why they wouldn't watch it. Because they don't want to support another grown woman. Like, because what's gonna happen is, say her weave look like real tight.
Oh my god.
Here's what's gonna happen. You only watching it because she's pretty. Wait, what? bitch just did a 360.
Like,
You
you the
talking
first
about
dunk in a
great.
WNBA game.
Yeah.
WNBA game in like 2 years.
I didn't even notice how bad she was. Like,
Now you gotta start rooting for the ugly joint.
the Czechoslovakia. Nah, I shouldn't say it's a particular country. Y'all ain't ugly. I wasn't related to that. But the big Russian, like them women from over there, they be nice, yo.
Yeah, them burly joints. Big block joints. Yeah, but
Before we get to Suki real quick,
yeah.
Shout out to Yoke while we on basketball and the Denver Nuggets because the game was on when we was on, so we didn't get the chance to talk about it yet. So they took the chip home. I don't know if y'all got any commentary, but shout out to Yoke.
They should have beat that squad. I think they need to do something in Miami.
Miami was hurt. They didn't have a 6th man of the year.
I'd rather see Boston. I think it would have been more of an interesting series had Milwaukee gone, because then it would have been Giannis, Jokic that would have canceled out. Drew Holiday would have been on Jamal Murray. You know, Lopez.
Even if Embiid
Lopez would have.
Yeah.
Nah, okay. Yo, my son said something to me on the way home. He was on IG. He said, you could cut one, start one, and bench one. Giannis, Jokic, and Embiid.
Cut one, start one, bench one. Cut one, start one, bench one. I'm cutting
Embiid.
Gotta cut Embiid.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm starting Jokic and I'm bringing Giannis.
That's off the bench. That's what I'm saying. Like, out of them three, and you say that,
I could build around Giannis more. Because I'm like, you can put damn near
he can
team
play any
shooters
position
around.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I said that back. I'm sorry. I can build around Jokic more. Because you can put a team of shooters around that.
And he's technically sound. Right. But the second person that you can build around with that would be Giannis.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he's gone. He's getting 38, 15, right. But actually, I'm gonna go with Giannis first because he played defense. See, you know what I'm saying? Like, but either way,
it's just the way Jokic.
So y'all saying this year,
second point
based off of what Embiid did, y'all would cut him still?
No, and just
his body of work, man.
I'm not taking. Embiid is a monster, but he stay hurt. He gonna miss 15 to 27 games a year,
and he's never been to the. He's been to the.
This was Harden's fault this year. Harden fucked that. Nah, because he did have a shitty game 7, didn't he? I think he did have a shitty.
Yeah, he did. He was like,
they were shitty.
There was a Harden fighting though. I just feel like that team.
Harden was terrible.
That
whole last playoffs, he was not.
Nah, he had one good.
Yeah, he dropped 40.
He dropped like 40 in one of them games.
But like that last game when they had him, game they should have beat him in Philly when they was up 3-2, and they let Boston tie it up, and then they went back to Boston.
I mean, Doc Rivers
stay happening, bro.
He'll never win a chip again, he'll never win without KG, Ray Allen, and Paul Pierce, and them niggas ain't coming back. You know what I'm saying? That was his only chip. He's had Chris Paul. They had Lob City jumping over there, and they had defense. They had everything over there. They had the bench.
All of that.
Yeah, they had all that and then some.
3-1 leads.
So you saying he got outcoached?
He's a defensive mind.
That year Steph Curry and them came back on him.
That shit washed them. That's because he don't have nothing to do for offense.
Mm-hmm.
It's whatever we're going with the pick and roll. And then
he blew one to San Antonio. He blew one to y'all, right? He blew another 3-2 lead because he got the most, right? And he blew it. He blew a couple of them shits on the West Coast before he came to I think he blew one with Boston. Pause.
Yeah, Doc to me got that one joint, man. That was it. But anyway.
But info guy. Hey, I know we're gonna have fun with this one, y'all, because Suki Hana, right? That's her whole name.
Yeah.
Suzuki Hana, something like
nice
that.
Name, though.
Yeah. This is about to go all over the place, y'all. So I'm gonna just go ahead and just go right in. This other guy, YK Osiris. I don't know who none of these people are. I kind of know who Suki is because of the nasty shit she sing with the YK Osiris dude. I might have seen him somewhere, but on the internet or something. But anyway, The guy walks up to her as she's giving an interview. Lil Duval is sitting somewhere. I forgot who podcast it was. He's sitting beside her, and it was somebody else to the right of him. And
People keep calling.
he's walks up like and grabs her from behind and starts to kiss her. Now I don't know if he was putting his tongue in her mouth, but he tries to kiss her. So she did a playful pull away, you know what I'm saying, at first. So I don't want to take away from the fact that she still might have been uncomfortable, but she did a playful pull away. He went back in and did it again. He wilded out the second time. The first time, I don't know, but the second time he did it, you really bugged out. Because if she already pulled away, you kind of should have come
Right, nigga, like, stop.
Yeah. But he tried it again. So she did it again. You know what I'm saying? And
Rapey.
she never made it seem like she was uncomfortable. But again, I can't say that she doesn't have to. You know what I'm saying? But most women, I don't know. I know you want to be professional. But if a nigga walk up behind as a woman, most women I know, I'm going to say that, and try to kiss you in your mouth, I don't care what environment you in. They going to smack this nigga, yo. Just because that is probably one of the most uncomfortable things you can do to a woman is try to kiss her in the mouth and you're not
there. Yeah,
man. You know what I'm saying? So that shit'll get you smacked dead in your mouth, and then she probably gonna wild the fuck out on you. These days you get shot because these women got guns now. But so now there's a sexual assault charge on the guy. So let me rewind, and this is where we all go chime in, I guess. Suki's background is kind of Lil Kim-ish, superheadish.
No, I don't even think it's that, bro. She beyond that, bro.
You think it's crazier than that?
Bro.
She is a wild girl, yo. Like, she's done some and posted and rapped about some wild shit. And so now it's the thing of you can't, some people are saying she really can't come off like that because of the simple fact that how she presents herself. So now it's a sticky situation. And, you know, ladies, I don't want to speak for y'all, so I hope we have a few women that can chime in. I mean, what's the right way to approach this? I'm gonna let one of y'all go because I just can't.
Okay, my take on it was this.
Because
I think
walk a thin line.
it's the first take that I'm gonna say is the light skinned nigga that try to force himself on this woman should get whatever he's handled.
Right.
Okay, that's first and foremost. Never taken away from her being victimized in front of people. What I would say is this. If we're going to say that this dude is that, we have to also hold her accountable for doing other warranted things, right? And her not being held accountable. Because you could say some of the things she's done is also sexual harassment.
Can I interrupt?
In a sense.
Can I interrupt you real quick just to add on to what you're saying? Imagine one of the women that Suki passed in the mall was like, "Damn, Ma, you got a fat ass," and slapped on her ass. She probably like, "Fuck, I could have sued this bitch." Because that's pretty much, I ain't gonna say it's the same thing because the girl, he tried to kiss the girl.
Yeah.
But like you said, she does shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So imagine the girl or the dude who dick she grabbed, you know what I'm saying, to give examples of what you're saying, who now is like,
I'm just saying there's video evidence. I'm just saying there's video evidence of that. And what I'm saying is the double standard of you can be okay with that. Y'all say it's liberation, whatever the case may be, it's cool. Don't hold her accountable for shit. But then when it comes down to her being whatever, then it's like, oh, it's not about her talking about her. We ain't even talking about that. Nobody caring about what music she doing. Was she talking about her stuff and her whatever she would talk about herself? That's fine. But when it comes to you doing that same type of thing to people and they never asked for it either, it's like, whoa, pump the brakes. Like, she inviting the energy.
So you think that's probably why he did it?
I'm not saying that that's why he did it. I'm just saying I feel like whatever you're putting out there, whatever you doing, is more than likely going to come back to you at one point because it's a pattern. you're continuing to do those things. Eventually, it's gonna come back to you. That should probably wake you up and say, "Okay, let me stop doing this shit too."
That's her gimmick.
But that's what I'm saying.
And
That's
we never.
People don't understand that, right? They're not getting that part of it.
He might have seen her in a private party somewhere that we don't know about, popping off with the next nigga. He probably thought she was like a real jump off and just.
And shit, Charlemagne could have been like, well, shit. He was so comfortable in doing that. Charlemagne was like, he is so comfortable in doing that. Maybe she just didn't want that people to know she fucked with that nigga before.
Yeah.
Type shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's could be variables. Right. You know I'm not saying that it wasn't wrong. Like he shouldn't have did that shit. What I'm saying is like if you inviting that shit, like it's gonna come back, bro. The universe is gonna tell you eventually to stop doing the shit that you doing. That is like it's gonna come back 10 times worse because you're not listening. You're not, you know. I'm sure there's came a time where there's other things that's happened to her where she's like, wow, damn, why did this happen?
I'm telling you, the statement she put out, I wish I had it where I could read it. She basically said she felt like a victim, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I'm emotionally distraught, you know, and just this, you know, the same old, but you could tell it was a lawyer. You could tell it was a lawyer that was saying this. It wasn't her. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, like I said, this is a sticky situation because you can't say that it was warranted and it's okay for a man to do that to a woman. That's just definitely not what, you know, I'm trying to say. I don't think any of us are trying to say. But yeah, I just still think that, like Info Guy said, if you give off a certain energy, is it fair? No, but sometimes certain shit is just gonna happen, and as ignorant as it is, hopefully people learn from this situation. You know what I'm saying? All that shit is entertainment. All that shit is bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully people learn from that situation. But yeah,
it's sad.
Yeah, thank God we from the era where we was able to just
punch you in the face.
Yeah, go. It was a chick that was bad in the club dancing. We go up behind her and grab her by the waist a little soft. And
you're coming with me?
No.
Okay, you not that far back?
No, not that far. I was gonna say that club era. No, you know, if she was dancing and if she looked behind and she liked you, you was good to go.
Yeah, but if she didn't like you, I don't know what that's like. But if she didn't like you, I've seen motherfuckers get pushed, shoved,
right,
drinks thrown upon, slapped.
But if she liked you, you was able to
see. That's why you got
hips and keep dancing.
That's why you got to walk with your soldier at attention.
Oh yeah.
Up on her first, like bomb. She gonna be like, "What?"
These are old school tactics, y'all.
And then she gonna turn around and look, and if she matches her, she likes the bottom as much. She likes the bottom feel.
If she likes the wrapping as much as what's inside the box,
then you're good to go. You ain't have to, like it was dark in there anyway, so you didn't have to be at your best. You just had to be decent enough to get her home.
Don't let her be playing some fucking, let me see, our era. I'm gonna give her some our era shit. So, you know, when we outside 22, 21 in the early 2000s, like they playing some Carl Thomas or some smooth shit. She out there dancing and, you know, she got a bunch of bad bitches around her and just sliding behind her. Oh, man.
I could see them also playing some, I used to get fears on the dick.
Yeah, all of that shit. Yeah, like I said, oh, man. See, I don't know.
Then they're like, they looking for somebody to come.
They looking for somebody.
I got one too.
Put your
like next, like too close.
Yeah. See, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that era, bro. When it was.
Oh, with like Rome and shit. Rome and.
Oh yeah, that whole. I mean, because my clubbing era started. Like officially being outside was like 98, 97,
Rome.
98.
I would say I started
like
early
clubbing outside.
I would say from 90.
I started clubbing at like 97.
From like 95.
I'm talking about a dope.
I had a fake ID, so
from like 90. I would say from like 96 to whenever, because like I was 18 yet, so it was like,
I guess I was thinking more so I was when you was out.
But I'm saying like
that's
going early.
You know, I had a military ID, so I was going in. You know, I was in there.
Yeah, what you
That's how I was able to go to those spots.
When you ain't had to worry about answering nobody coming home.
And when you understood, like you had money in your pocket.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You understood, buying drinks and all that. Type of vibe. I would
you
say.
could bring it back to the crib, and it wasn't,
Exactly.
your mom wasn't kicking the door. Like that. You know what I'm saying? That era for me started like '97. You know what I'm saying? So, and like you said, until I went to prison in 2002. But yeah, so that little 5-year gap, boy.
Hell yeah. I just walked up to him like I told you.
I don't know.
When'd
you get out?
And then I came home in 07.
It was still kind of cracking that night till about
Especially
2010.
You know what I'm
Till like 2010.
That's why I was going back to the compound without conversation. That's when I got the first chance to go to the compound because it wasn't open when I went in. So when I came home, everything compound. So I finally got a chance to go, but that was 2007. That's when I was like, oh shit, they got the unisex bathrooms in here. So I don't know if you went around then, but that's what I was like.
Yeah, I've been going to compound since it was open, but
see, that's what I'm saying.
I didn't ever recognize that shit that was unisex.
Like when BMF was going, all that shit. See, I wasn't out for that, all that shit. I missed that whole era.
Yeah, I was.
Like, you know how you fix the unisex bathroom? Boy, pee on the toilets.
Nah, you don't want to fix the unisex bathroom properly. Unisex bathroom is a fun place.
Nah. It's not.
Wow.
You get something nice. Yeah, let's go smoke this blunt over here real quick.
Nah, she gonna be like,
it's all right.
She's transitioning to she's not interested in you. Like,
I'm seeing why are we making it a negative? No,
because I'm trying to get rid of it.
No, she wants the deals and she wants
now she's using that as she's like, yeah, I'm transitioning. She give me the wink.
See, you're thinking of that unisex. No, it was a big ass bathroom with 70 people in this motherfucker. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was just you just walked in. It was a line of stalls.
I'm thinking about the little private
close the shit. Nah. It wasn't no private. Like it was just a line of fucking stalls, like 10 to 15 on each side. And you could just close. You know what I'm saying? You could open and close. And shit. Then it had the safe.
There's a lot of fucking going on.
That's what I was saying. Yeah. So you were just walking in and out that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Those
bitches. You were just going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like,
man, I never paid attention to that.
Yeah, you probably didn't realize that the whole shit was wide open and they just had the stalls on one side, the sinks on one side. You know what I'm saying? And you could just go in that bitch and, like I said, niggas in there wilding, sniffing coke.
Oh, I remember that.
It was a wild era. And see, I was coming home at the end of the BMF era, but a couple of the niggas are still sprinkled out here, so niggas are still in there going crazy and shit. And like I was just like, yo, this is bugged the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this shit is different. I was like, niggas gonna turn the fuck up in Atlanta. Atlanta wasn't like that. Niggas was riding box Chevys and shit when I went in. When I came home, niggas had Lamborghinis and shit in the parking lot. Like the same niggas, the same dope boy niggas, but Meech had turned this shit out. He had them niggas riding foreigns and all that shit. The niggas wasn't doing the box Chevys and all that shit. They got that shit the fuck out of here. Just listen to T.I. This nigga went from 24s and all that shit. Next album, this nigga talk about Ashton Martins and all that. Like the whole scene flipped down here just like that. Yeah, bro. Them niggas turned this shit the fuck out. Like, just think of the Atlanta music right before niggas really knew who Big Meech was. You know what I'm saying? Like, and all the whole and all that shit stuff. And then think of the shit after.
Man, shout out to Compound,
niggas,
bro. R.I.P.
Yeah, man. Y'all miss the era. Everybody coming to Atlanta now. Yeah, it's fun.
Hey, people talk about. People still ask me about, like, is Compound still? And I said, nah. Compound been closed.
Yeah,
like
after the era, man. You talk about a club that had like 6-7 sides. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then a big ass outside with the nice couches. Like, you will lose. Like, if you with your people, yo, I'm over here. Like, you know, it's how we used to spread out. You know what I'm saying? They hit on the jack. Where you
it used to be packed in
here.
this
Like,
month.
Man, listen, yo, because the Compound was an old warehouse, and they just gutted that shit out and turned it into a club, and they sectioned the shit off. So
I was able to go.
Bro, I swear, if I had the money,
yeah, I'm talking about for the people. Like,
I swear, if I had the money, I'd buy that spot, bro.
That shit, man.
Because they got another club that's right next to it now.
Shout out to AG and all them. I know his brother passed. Shout out to rest in peace to his brother. But AG turned this shit out. Him and Meech and all them. What up, Sean? Shout out to all them brothers, man. Like, I remember when AG was running the parking lot at Kai. Back when I first got to Atlanta in '99, like them niggas turned this shit the fuck up out here. So my brothers really turned this club scene up. Yep. Shout out to them.
Shout out to you, bro.
Yeah, I've been to an AG club. I mean, if you've been to Atlanta and you walked in, you put money in that nigga pocket because that nigga ran this shit out here for a minute. Still do, I think. I think he still got that shit on lock out here. Yeah, as far as the club shit, yeah, I think he still do. You see that AG Entertainment on the flyer? That's him.
Word.
Yeah, man, y'all missed the era. So all that, I can't wait to see how they do the BMF series this when they take to the Atlanta side of it. That shit, wow.
Yeah, they just went to Atlanta. They
Niggas killed Diddy man out here with Black Wolf, shot Wolf. And they got crazy. Killed Eddie Murphy nephew. No, Bobby Brown nephew.
Bobby Brown.
Yeah, Bobby Brown nephew.
Shit, who knows?
Right.
Y'all had another. It was another track I was talking about. The rapper guy.
I know they told my man. See, all this shit won't make it, but these are little inside stories out, hearing this shit just being here. Like they told that nigga, this nigga, I'm outside in the club, and you think I'm a punk? Bone Crusher. Told this nigga, yo, and this one, his shit was bringing off crazy. He in the VIP. They told this nigga, yo,
back it up.
If you don't get you and your security out here, we gonna beat the shit out you niggas, yo. Nigga, back that shit up. All right, we over here with
shit.
What'd you say? The niggas that did what?
BMF. Like I said, them niggas, is like I said, I was gone, but again, I'm catching niggas that's locked up that was fucking with him, and my man, shout out to Uncle Paul, he was out there running around. He was managing the compound at the time, so I used to get all these stories front hand. You know what I'm saying? Like how these niggas was in there, like just bullying niggas. Like, the nigga Bobby Brown nephew bumped into one of the niggas, and the nigga stabbed him in the neck with an ice pick in front of the club and just left him there. Like nobody seen nothing, nobody said nothing. These niggas got up out of there. But what can you do when these niggas are showing up 50 and 60 and 70 fucking deep? And everybody probably got $600,000 or $700,000 on them. You know what I'm saying? The big niggas, and all the little niggas behind them probably got another 150,000, 200,000. Everybody got two guns. What do you want? Is this not? I don't give a. If you not with these niggas,
I'm staying home.
Stay the fuck over there. And I swear to God, shout out to my man Esquire. I think I said this before. He was like, "Yo, Zach," because I was on my jokes and shit back then. He was like, "Yo, thank God you was locked up, bro." He's like, "You be dead." He was like, because you'd have thought you'd have caught one of them niggas slipping in the parking lot and not realizing it was 90 other niggas with him just because he had his little shine and shit on. He said they'd have killed you right in the parking lot. Nobody would have knew about it. Nobody would have did nothing. And I was like, yeah, the niggas had it, man. Shout out to them. Shout out to them. That's why I hope they really tell the story. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope they really tell the story because them niggas had shit on smash.
There was another topic though y'all had put in the group chat.
What was that shit?
Melly or some shit?
Yeah, it's not really a topic as much. This is a sick case. Like, that's info guy. You know more about this shit.
I was just saying, like, the crazy part about this is they kept this man for 4 years trying to, get this investigation, and it just seemed like. I don't know who hired these prosecutors, but they are not doing a good job at all. Like, the defense is eating their ass up. And then the judge is like dismissing a lot of their evidence because it's inadmissible. Like, it doesn't, they don't have a flawed out evidence. Like, literally the police that investigated this shit got on stand, and this motherfucker said he had no clue about a certain part of the most important part of the. He couldn't remember. He said it on the stand, bro, and that was their number one witness.
See, the thing is that I've learned too. Sometimes prolonging a case does have advantage.
Hell yeah.
Because my shit was dragged out for like 5 years, and finally that time it went. They couldn't. The cop retired.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Show up. Yeah.
They had the key witness who was the snitch. They were no longer. I guess they were no longer on the payroll. They couldn't find them no more. So it was like, God damn it, we gotta let him go. You see, so I think sometimes, and who remembers 4 years? Unless you're traumatized, like somebody put.
Did they catch the bodies in the trunk though?
Yeah,
that's what he. You know what I'm saying? He killed his two, allegedly
homies.
Yeah,
because they had a business. So they were about to sell the backstory they're saying is they was about to sell the rights to their label or whatever, or something, blah, blah, and then they
so I don't know, and I know they said, was the bodies in the trunk? Like, am I remembering that right?
So what happened was supposedly
it was in a car.
His location, based off of GPS, put him at the scene,
right?
Or that they supposedly say this shit happened, right?
That's what it was.
But like how it is, if it's made up or not, it's like, well, the only thing they have as far as a weapon is a fucking Snapchat thing. That's out. They can't even use that. They don't have the weapon. They don't have any physical evidence at all. How are you going to prove this man is guilty of anything?
They're gonna have to.
That's the thing about it with murder. You got to prove beyond reasonable doubt.
He could probably countersue after he gets off.
And so
his actions though
but he needs to be not guilty. Because then, you know what I'm saying? He needs to be at a not guilty verdict. If they do a hung jury, then they can retry the case again.
But they can't use some of the evidence. I think,
But see, they're trying to say that the federal case, they're trying to say that it might be a federal case because of extortion and shit, all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, I mean, and it's not, he never admitted to doing it, but his antics has been kind of
looking real suspect.
Yeah, kind of bugged out. Like, you've been blowing kisses at the family, like, it's just.
Yeah, I mean, but these young guys these days, though, like, they ain't got it, though. Right. Really don't.
But yeah, that's. I don't know if to say prayers to him, but prayers to the family and everybody that in that situation that lost him. Left up.
Yeah, I feel like this is a pretty good show.
Yeah.
Time wise.
Anything else before we wrap it up?
Nah, I just wanted to go back to something I got interrupted on when, Info guy was talking. We were talking about I had this relationship real quick. We were talking about emotions and shit like men ain't supposed to. And I was talking about how deep the relationship is. Like real, before I go, I just want to say that I think to make relationships work for real, like it might sound soft or whatever, but I feel like you have to find that person and let them see you. You know what I'm saying? You let them see you at that point. Like if you can't feel comfortable as a man in front of your lady that you can cry, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's not gonna work because you're gonna you're gonna keep a facade of this, nothing bothers me, and that shit is bogus. So I just feel like if you're in a relationship and you're serious about somebody, both sides, like women, if your man is going to be able to show you that sensitive side, you need to be able to know that for him to do that
looks at you,
that you, so you don't if you're not used to it or whatever,
right?
Understand that he thinks highly of you, and fellas, don't be scared to open up like that, and it's okay to be weak. Not necessarily weak,
just
but vulnerable.
Expressing yourself on an emotional level, like you said. Like most of our gripes are, baby, cut the fucking lights off in the house. You know what I'm saying? Like rarely are our gripes about our personal feelings.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
feelings.
saying? It's about something that we can control, or whether it's a bill or
Yeah.
whatever the fuck.
Whatever it is.
Yeah, but the ones that are emotional gripes are the ones that lead you to stressing, lead you to being bitter towards your partner because it's on you cheating.
Yes.
And because you didn't address, he could have easily or he could have easily corrected the shit.
Correct.
If you would have just let them know.
Let
Sometimes
them
they
know
don't even
on.
fucking know.
Right.
You know
and
what I'm
then
saying?
we sometimes we scared to say,
Yeah.
you know, like something that's bothering us about them in particular, or something, you know, that we just, you know, let them know. Like
Right.
if that's your partner and y'all going, you know, be together, we should be able to make that shit. So
that's a good point.
I just wanted to, you know, because we was talking about that earlier, you know, with the emotional side. There was a couple of, you know, instances, me personally, I went through, you know, I felt like that should be addressed. That to make that shit work, you know, we got to do that. So, that, you know, that's all I really got for this week.
Yeah, that's a good way to, you know, and men, don't be afraid. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, don't be afraid to express yourself. Like, you know, in a way, like, it doesn't have to be in a manly, like, over, you know what I'm saying? But, like, you feel a certain type of way, don't wait for it to boil over into an angry emotion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? An emotion of anger. That probably sounds better. Like, address it in a way, you know what I'm saying, that you know your lady, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And address it in a way that she can take it, digest it, and come back with you. And if, you know, even if you got to say it a couple times, you know what I'm saying? Like, because sometimes they got to tell us a couple times, you know what I mean? Like,
what you got to say.
Yeah, just keep dropping those hints. Yeah. And then if she doesn't change, then have the serious talk. Like, hey, this is,
you know, starting to become a problem.
Right.
I mentioned this to you.
Right.
And that goes both sides. Like, if there's an issue, let it know, because a lot of times, like you said, everybody holds it in, and then it becomes
Yep.
Like, why you always?
Yep.
So, you know, we got heart issues as blacks. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Complications with stress, blood pressure, all that type of thing. So let's fix that, and fix these relationships, and, you know, make this shit better.
Got to, man. You know, black love. If you're out there looking for love, you know, hopefully you find it. If you ain't out there looking for love,
it'll find you.
It'll find you eventually. Have fun, because I do remember those fun days. So I ain't gonna front on the fun days. Those days was a blast.
Actual factual. Yeah. All right. So
we out here fucking no more sports and that shit.
Yeah, it's about to be boring. I'm about to just get into some serious shit. I don't know.
Fellas, all that shit you promised to do around the house,
I'm doing it now.
Yeah, you ain't got no excuse now. Ain't no game coming on.
I got a trade now. I think I'm gonna get it.
People keep saying there's a lot of people defending what that boy said. I don't see anybody defending that of what that boy did. The YKD.
Yeah.
Have y'all seen anybody defending that shit?
What?
I haven't. Nah.
Is that the Kiss Kid?
Yeah.
I have.
Like, who is defending that?
Yeah, I have.
I don't see nobody defending that. But that's the narrative, that we defending it because we saying that she shouldn't be doing the shit she doing too.
He's wrong.
He's wrong.
You said that too. You know what I'm saying?
You said it
definitely
several times.
Like, he's wrong.
Let's separate the two. Two things can be right? As far as the thing, like, he's wrong, and so is she.
But he's more.
They're saying it because we're bringing it up as far as, oh, well, she's bringing that energy. Yes, she is.
But we're not saying she brought it to that energy to the particular interview. Like, that's her everyday energy. But at that moment, him kissing her is completely wrong, first and foremost. Right. But also she would like. But you also said this. You said this will probably hit her in the head now. Like, maybe I should switch up how
approaching people and how I do things, even if I do feel like I have some kind of comfortability, because what people are viewing is different than because people are like, well, she may not just be comfortable with him and she comfortable with her. No, because people in the thing said that Drewski was in the comedy. From what I saw in the video, he looked uncomfortable.
I got a quick question. Remember when Madonna kissed Drake on whatever it was at the MTV Awards? He was performing, and Madonna came and kissed him in the mouth, and the nigga turned away like, ugh. Had he turned around and said the same thing and did the same thing Suki is doing now, how many women would ride with him?
It don't fly with men though.
That's what. Like you know what I mean. Like so.
Yeah, man. You didn't want to kiss Madonna.
But what a lot of women is saying is that there's a lot of women who is like saying the same things that we're saying.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, really?
Yes. Like there's women who is agreeing kind of similar to what we're saying. It's like, it's not really about comparing. It's about what are you doing that's allowing this energy to come. Yeah. Because there's a lot of women that niggas wouldn't do that because they know they would get their ass beat the fuck up.
He not doing that to what's one of these? He not doing that to Cardi B.
Bro, right. But even still, if she was single and she wasn't with nobody, he ain't doing that. She beat the shit out of that nigga. She slapped shit out of him.
He's not doing that to Lotto. You know what I'm saying?
If you're doing it to somebody that's out in public grabbing and randomly
doing shit like right,
they're gonna return it. They see you as a fan, they'll run up to you. They might grab your ass back.
There's literally niggas that's saying they would eat her. Like they're showing clips now of niggas being aggressive toward her, and I'm just like, bro, like I don't think it should be warranted for that, but like, bro, like you can't share, tell people to go to your OnlyFans, talk about how equal, like you do interviews and talk about this shit for some people, but when it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like I seen her with an interview with the dude that be grabbing women's booty and shit like that, and when he said he eat her ass, she was like, oh, okay. Like you, right? It's like no, you just saying okay to him. You don't know this nigga.
Niggas out here just randomly butt, bro.
Bro, this is what I'm saying. Like, bro,
you niggas gotta stop, man.
It's a different.
Both sides is crazy, bro.
Yeah, and like, and we not, I just wish the conversation, like you said, could be separated. He's wrong. If we could just say he's wrong and then get that side of the conversation out of there and focus on. How can we change the perception of especially the black women? You know what I'm saying? Like young black women, because this ain't, and I don't want to say all black women are perceived this way,
but the majority is the younger.
Shoot, the young.
But how are men?
The one interview that was to be on Monday actually spoke about.
Oh yeah, that's a good. Yeah, we should.
She spoke about the Home Depot person actually, and saying like, well. You posting stuff about how people in your inbox and stuff, like you inviting this energy, like you embracing it and stuff. So she gonna be a good one to say because she's kind of like,
yo, you know what?
Common sense type stuff.
Men are men, right? Like when you have a lady, see, like you have a lady. Is what I meant to say. So you feel me on this? When your lady going out and she's going somewhere without you. And she might wear something that, like my lady got outfits that she's only allowed to wear when I'm around.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So if she has something and you tell her like, look, nah, I don't think you should wear that or whatever. It's only the reason it's only a reason why I'm telling you because I'm a man myself and I know how men get according to how you dress.
Right.
And she's like, nah, it's not like that. Just because I'm dressed that way don't mean nothing. I said it has nothing to do with you.
Exactly.
I'm just telling you what what the man's mind.
Yep.
She was like, well, that's how you think when you see it. And I gave her the honest God opinion. I said, if I'm in the public and the chick walk out with something that she had and it's revealing, yeah, I'm looking. And I might look harder than I need to if
you got a see-through thing and all you got is a little heart thing covering your nipples and shit, like what do you expect is
I'm
going
just saying though, but
eyes are going to be looking from everybody.
There are levels of men. Like there are levels of men that are like, oh damn, okay. But that's
and move on. They're just like, oh.
Then you got further levels. Hey, they gotta come up to you. Where you head? Where you going? Oh, you got a man? Then you got
niggas that just grab you. They'll just
then
grab
you. Got the higher levels.
Yeah, they'll just grab you. Just like yeah.
You know, that guy, who's on. So what happens is she just don't understand. She needs to understand that because the role that she is playing, she's going to have to deal with
Especially when you dress yourself.
You're gonna have to deal with these. You're gonna have to deal with this level of guy, that level of guy, and then especially this level of guy. And if they can have that mentality moving forward, going out there in the world, then they need to understand that that's what if this is what you put out, this is what you how it's getting portrayed.
Right.
It don't care. We don't give a damn as men what you think you doing with it. This is how we are portraying the situation. And that portrayal is a motherfucker because some niggas is rapey. You know what I'm saying? So,
especially in this era.
And he's one of the, sorry to say,
yeah, that nigga's a rapist.
Yeah,
he a rapey. He's a rapey boy.
You just jump, unless, like you said, there's something else going on in the background we don't know about. They dating, they been together, cool. But if not, bro, you just don't run up to a chick and just stick it, try to tongue kiss her, bro. Like,
you just
that's terrible, bro.
Yeah, like and then we want to shed light on that. Like you said, you can't do that. Like that's a woman. You know what I'm saying? Have some respect for yourself. Like,
and we're not encouraging these niggas to be rapey. Like we would want to say, don't like stop every rapist nigga from doing the shit that they be doing, right. But we can't, right?
Yeah,
that's not gonna happen, bro.
We hang around like
motherfuckers that's gonna do that shit, and they crazy. Just like there's gonna be crazy women who do shit. Like it's just like, bro, it's like we just.
Quick story before I go to I was having a birthday party, my 25th birthday party, right? I had a bedroom. I had two other roommates. I had a dude. For my birthday, I had two chicks that was, they wanted to give me a menage for my birthday, right? I was like, word. Y'all stick around, blah, 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 blah. Long story short. So they was like, we're going to fall asleep in your room. So they was in my room sleep, bro. There was a guy. We was all cool with him. I'm not going to put his name out there. I go turn my light on when I go in my room finally to go to bed. He's in there fondling with like both of them, bro, playing with them. They were too drunk. Like at the party, they fucked up. So they go in my room and they go to sleep, pass out. Now he in there. Now bear in mind, they thinking I'm coming to bed. So he's in there.
Being rapey.
What's some rapey shit, bro? I turned the light on because his wife fucked. Now I ain't gonna say I fucked up, but I brought Tisha in. Like this is the first time me and her. Like this is where we met at my birthday party. So I was bringing her to the bedroom. So I don't know, but it was a long night.
Wow,
bro, it was a long night.
Wow,
it was a long night. So little Joyce was waking up, right? Like, so they was like, "What the fuck, yo? What are you doing? Yo, what the fuck?"
Whoa.
So they like, "Yo, get the fuck out of here." He was like, I was just sleeping. It was like,
I was just sleeping. Whoa.
Bro, this thing was, he was in between both of them. He was in between both of them. Jeans were a button. Like he was trying.
I'm sorry, because I should be laughing at that shit. But that is some wild.
And I'm not lying, bro. This is true
story. That is crazy.
So that's how I know there are levels of like the people. Like you don't know the people you're around, bro. Like,
that's wild.
You don't know the people you're around. Like he used to be around my children. Not alone, but you know what I'm saying? Like you don't know who's who. Like you leave for a second and motherfucker who. Yeah, that's crazy. So I mean they were trying to kill this nigga that night though.
I bet. Yeah, you in the bed naked with these bitches?
Nah, they wasn't naked yet. Like you could tell because he went to the bathroom. We were playing spades, bro. It was like 3 a.m. Like it was one of them parties that it was like a house full of people. It was like at least 30, 40 people in there. Basement, den, like it was full of people, bro. Because it was me and my roommate's birthday. Both of us was Libras. Bro, I mean, it was so many people. And then it was starting to wind down and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, let me go. Open my door. I turn the light on and he pop up. Nah, they still laying down. He pops up like, pop. Nigga, you doing something. Like, what are you doing? Huh? I was just sleeping. This nigga belt, he was trying to, I guess, shirts to the side, pole to the side. They wake up like, what the fuck was you doing? I want to say his name so bad, but it was
wow.
Just, all right, now. See, now.
Yo,
I'm
that is the most
taking
creepiest
it
creeper
off
of
this
creep.
rapey ass
Yeah,
shit.
let's
But
look
it's-
her up.
But it's still. Remember back, like this all happened to us, right? This all has happened to all
What
of
do you
us.
mean happened to
No,
us?
I've
Like,
never.
I'm about to tell you,
Okay,
like
okay.
you got the joint, whether it's your first time or you know what I'm saying, like you
Like,
try
no,
to.
you like,
No, hell no. But
Yo,
like, come on.
listen, no, it ain't because you're making this shit sound way worse.
All right.
How far is too far with pushing the limit with that shit? Like back in the day, I ain't talking about how.
Because you got
Because listen, what I'm saying is like sometimes whether you lay in there, you get to you trick the joint to lay in the bed with
I
you.
ain't never had to do nothing
I did
Nah,
not
crazy.
trick her, but
Listen,
Yeah.
okay, not trigger, but see
Bro.
now you're making it sound
I'm
way
saying-
too
Bro,
wavy
I'm
there,
just
but
saying
Don't
because
say
finesse
like
let's
that.
not.
You just think-
We
like-
cannot transition
no, 'cause
from
what
the
I'm
guy
saying
that
is
did
funny.
what Jimmy said.
No, because what I'm
That's-
saying is funny because it has nothing to do with being rapey because she was with it, but you got to finesse her into it. So now you touching her.
I mean,
And
yeah.
you see, that's what I'm saying. So
I mean, nah, that's not because like if you feeling boobs and first base, second base, third base, that's cool.
right. But what I'm saying
Really
is
meant to.
these days
See,
it's different because if she don't give you consent to even do that, like back in the day, we was able to be like, oh, and then she smack your hand off and it's whatever.
Yeah.
But now you got to be like, yo, is it okay if I touch your titties? Like, yeah, you got to
Do
do
you have
all of that. Hell yeah, nigga. Like,
I haven't asked permission in so long. I wouldn't even.
I promise you, if you didn't, and she wanted to sue you, you can get sued.
You want
Man,
to take my
ask for
debt?
consent. That's what the
I mean,
whole
'cause
thing consent is.
I mean, yeah, but I think that always been there. I think consent has always been there. It was just that some girls are easier than others, and then some girls they used to get caught. They thought they got caught. No, he took it from me. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, bitch, stop lying.
Yeah.
I've never.
Basically, I was trying to say you can't, all the finger popping and all of that is almost.
That's still
you gotta
fair
get
game.
consent. You gotta get.
I don't even think I've ever been in a situation where I had to finagle her, even egg her on. Most of the time, it's just been them wanting to get.
I'm gonna agree with you.
I've
that,
never
but I
had
know
to
where
do
she-
that.
Like
ever.
I had the times like
Yeah,
where-
like I'm saying, this y'all making it sound way worse.
No.
I'm
I'm not saying
when
that.
you
I'm just
kissing
saying.
her, you already kissing her and all of that, but now, like in that moment, she gotta be like, yeah, I want to fuck you. But back in the day, he was like, okay, you kissing her now, you might try to feel her pussy a little.
But I'm just saying,
But
if
that
you're just
part of it
saying
is-
foreplay, you doing foreplay.
Nah, that part of it, I think back in the day, it was more like, it had to be like it just took its course.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Hey,
boom,
Desi put a
boom,
video
boom,
with
boom.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
you
Desi,
throw a video on.
Desi, the comedian, he put a video. What I think you talking about, and it had the girl where that does the she be doing cartwheels and shit, and she be going to different places talking about different shit. She used to be a news anchor, the black girl. She's funny or whatever.
Get out of
I
there.
think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Right.
but anyway, so he did a video with her talking about that moment when both of you guys were to have something go on, but you
that's
don't
what
know
I'm
how to
saying, yeah.
approach it
That's the way better
in
way
a
to-
situation.
That's what I'm
And
trying to
and
say.
she was like, they were moving around, and he was like,
Yeah.
he was stretching. She put her hair in a
That's what
ponytail
I'm
and shit.
trying
He
to
was
say,
like,
yeah.
he
That's
was
a way
like,
better way
and
to
then
say it.
and then he
Yeah,
took his shirt off and everything else, and they was like,
back in the day, we was able to just, kiss her and then grab it. And I guess it's way more uncomfortable for him now than what it was for us back in the day. I guess that's a way better way of saying it. It's that awkward moment.
I don't know, because they fucking like
When you
Jack
go in
Robinson
for the kill.
too, bro.
they
Like-
going for the kill themselves. They're the ones that's
Whatever.
like,
Nowadays,
So, yeah,
these
you're right.
kids are- bro,
no, literally.
They already know. Like, we didn't have porn access. They got access to
Right.
shit now. Like, they already know what a rim job is, and
And that's what's crazy. So the little niggas is turned way the fuck out, which they want these little girls to do way more than just the little back shots and all the
girls
shit.
are doing it.
And they doing it, yeah. Go get your homegirl. Let's have a threesome. Let's have a five-some and all of this wild shit. And
Yo,
that's
You
why
know
Zion's
crazy?
fucking a porn star.
yeah. You know what's crazy though? I look at it like this. I did it. They gonna do it too. And sad to say, but it's true.
Bro, don't. Hey,
Sad to say, but it's true. Like, who am I to deprive them of learning what a train is and shit like that? You know, I don't want to deprive them of anything.
Because there's diseases and they not being responsible. And then they not being responsible.
I love him. I love him.
And then you got these women that's going and messing with dudes that they know openly messing with dudes and then coming back. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a lot of it's a lot out there. Like, they don't, you know what I'm saying, for this younger generation.
You live at age now. They got all these new. Do you see the commercials?
Wait,
They're like,
yo,
they're like,
wow.
they're like, yeah. Now I pop this once a month, and I can live with somebody. I can date somebody that has AIDS. I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah, you're right. They do that.
I'm like, yo, what the fuck is I'm watching the NBA Finals. I'm not. There's a bunch of guys up there like named Blaine and shit up there like, hey,
Yo, what is
And
wrong?
that's what's
with
fucked
this
up is that commercial is so irresponsible because why was you showing gay men? Like, I was looking like
they let it be known that that shit is transmitted through homosexual activity.
I was crying like, oh shit.
It was straight black men too. It was
Yeah,
like
it was
maybe
definitely
one
black.
white or one Latino,
Yep.
but they were all black.
Yep.
I'm like,
It
oh,
was
this
one
is
or two,
bullshit.
heterosexual couples sprinkled in there, but everybody else is a gay couple.
Yeah, but that came from him being sneaking around in his lane.
Yeah.
I'm sure. That's why they showed the private dude by himself. That was the dude who was the carrier. Then they showed the couple. They was getting busy. Then there was another guy who probably fucked victim A.
Yeah.
And all of them is in that circle, all in the same commercial. They like, yo, we could all live together. AIDS free.
What?
Like with AIDS, bro. I don't fuck with that shit. Yo, I don't like it. I don't like it because people years ago were dying. Rapidly,
Yo,
bro.
what is wrong with this?
Bro, I'm just saying. Think about it, bro. Like,
I'm not.
they've been trying to
I do
fix
not
this shit. Yo,
wanna
they're
think
marketing
about
death,
none of
bro, is
that
what I'm
shit.
saying. Like Corona, all this shit.
I don't know.
Yo, they
I can't
marketing
wait
death,
to-
bro. Yo, they marketing death, bro. Like, yo, coronavirus.
Yeah.
A lot of people died. You know, then they made you take this vaccination. Then people start dying from. Then they say now the vaccination, hey, it had nothing to do with anything.
Nothing.
It was like, yo,
Made niggas take that
it
shit.
ain't
Force people to take it for their
you about to lose your job. Like,
Yeah,
they pretty much forced you to get in all this shit because they want. So now,
I was fucked up.
now about 15 years from now, for everybody who took the Pfizer, such and such, there's a recall now because now
Right.
such and such.
I'm so glad I didn't take the Pfizer, bro.
I'm just bro. I just threw the name.
I know,
It
but
could be
that is the one that's recalled.
okay. So
though.
which one you take?
Not the Pfizer.
Which one you take?
I'm not telling.
All right.
Pfizer,
It's
Johnson.
I didn't do the Johnson
and
Johnson.
the one that started with
Moderna.
Moderna, yeah.
That's-
Okay, so they gonna be like Moderna. I'm just saying, bro. This is they use all this shit.
I don't
as
remember
testing.
what it was, but I only got it one time just because I had to keep my job.
I mean,
Nah,
Man,
but
not
see,
even
I
working
can't-
there no more. It's
I would
fucking
never
shame.
knock nobody who back was
Who
against
done
the
it?
wall who said fuck for my job's sake or for whatever's sake I got to do this. Because shit, my mom. Had to get
Let's just hope my
my
immune
mom-
system
I'm-
knocked
I'm-
all
I'm
that
mad
shit
at
out.
The system
for forcing people
for making that, and then now they come back out and say, "No, we don't even know what we were
Right.
talking about." Like
Right.
that's unreal.
Yeah.
And then people just oh, okay, it's okay. Like y'all just going along, like all right,
Not even realizing, look how much money these people made off the insurance companies, which all of this shit goes hand in hand. So the Moderna, the Johnson & Johnson again, and the fucking other one we just said, Pfizer. Like, look at all the money they made within a matter of 2 to 3 years when the corona first popped off. And
did you hear there was another joint on the way coming?
I did catch wind of some shit. I think I seen
It's
it
another
somewhere,
joint like similar to Corona. It's another virus suspected to be here, and I'm like, yo, how these niggas got like Jordan drops on viruses, bro? Like, what the fuck is this?
Yo, what the fuck?
Yo, it is wild.
Like they're like, yo, in 2024 it'll be worse.
And
than
they still
Corona.
was something up with that fucking fire too. I don't trust that shit for something. They did something else in the atmosphere when that shit was burning. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what yet, but when people started pointing out the difference between
The clouds,
and the West Coast fires as opposed to the shit over here,
how they look, yeah.
I was just like, wow, that kind of makes sense. You know, I ain't no fucking expert on fire, but they was talking about the different colors it was giving off, and I don't know if it was because it was a different tree. I don't fucking know. But the shit was making sense to me. So it looked
Would
more.
Do you think it's chemicals in the trees?
Yeah, it could be that. Could be that. Yeah. Whatever they was doing. Yeah, but
Either
it
way.
made a lot of sense to me with what they was breaking down. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm starting to plant in my garden this weekend.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? I'm planting trees, and I'm gonna start with some simple shit, but I want to get on this fruit and vegetable shit, bro, because I don't know. I just feels like it's time. Like shit is getting, like, all the farms and everything getting burned down, and now, you know, I don't know. It's just a intuition thing about how I'm eating, for one, you know, like, and what's in the food. Like, it don't taste like shit. It don't even taste the same. Like, even like Pringles, like the chips are flakier and different. Like Chips Ahoy, it just don't taste the same. Like the cereal, Frosted Flakes don't taste the same. Like Apple Jacks, like shit that we've eaten for years, and we would know and notice. It just doesn't have the same. Can't put your finger on it, but it's just a little bit off somehow, some way. So,
And thinking like, I forgot. I don't know if it was here somewhere when we had this conversation, but I started to think about like the mass production of this shit, whether it's livestock, you know, to keep up with the amount of fucking people, and just here in the United States alone, and I just be like, yeah, it's not enough. Like you said, so going back to how they cutting corners in a lot of this shit, and we none of us don't really get into the FDA approval shit and the ingredients they allow in half of this shit.
Right.
So, you know, you ever pick up a, you know, when you go to get some crab meat that you might want already chopped up and cooked, if you have to,
and
you gotta,
the ingredients.
yeah, you know, that shit ain't even crab meat. Hell
Yeah.
nah, you got to go to the market or something for that. You ain't getting that shit in the average grocery store.
Definitely got to be careful and read your ingredients these days, because that shit started back in late 70s, early 80s with the corn syrup.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So be careful.
Yeah.
Start watching how you eat. All right, we kept going over lunch, man.
Yeah.
Gotta
get home.
All right, we'll see y'all Monday, man.
Happy Father's Day again, y'all, to the fellas. Ladies, treat them right, ladies.
And ladies, you can't have a happy Father's Day for yourself if the guy's not in the house.
Right.
Don't put yourself on Facebook or social media and say Happy Father's Day to me, because we're gonna bash you.
Yeah.
Straight up. Because you're a great mom, not a great father.
There you
Let's
go.
keep that 100. So we love y'all, man.
And love y'all some more. No more hate. It's fucking 2023 is almost over, y'all. That quick. Halfway through.
Peace.
Yeah, it's June, nigga.